we were hearing, about schools closing across Canada, and then it came kind of east to west. We heard about it in Alberta. We're all kind of sitting there wondering.
And so I was in practicum for about a week or so before we got pulled, and that was kind of when all the campuses were shutting down. So it was definitely nerve-wracking about not getting in the hours that were required.
I was a little freaked to go to class. I was like, I'm not going. So I called my teacher that night, I'm not coming in. Only 3 of my classmates went in anyways. And she said the next day, we're moving to online. We'll just move straight to online.
After the first week where it was really difficult, it got to be quite a bit easier as we went along. The teacher was really good. We could tell that everyone was learning at the same time.
During COVID 2019, I determined that I would focus my leisure time on my garden. I approach gardening much like teaching and learning. I start with a vision, I develop a plan, and I determine a strategy to move forward. I look at what I need to keep, what I need to prune, and what needs to move. I look at the array of plants and determine which require more attention and which require a change in soil or location to provide them with the best possible chance of success.
I personally received a phone call from Janice in the office saying we're all still here, we're all still supporting you. If you need anything, call us, email us.
And they were really helpful and they were so awesome, very supportive to the students. And I know that they were so busy. I felt bad at first. Oh my gosh, you got how many students? And then they were so busy, but they still have time to communicate with us. And it's still in class, but in a different way.
Since the virus has come and we're working from home, and the screen is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid, just as long as you don't stand by me.
Coming back after being off for a couple of months, I didn't know what to expect. And to be honest with you, I was blown away by how meticulous everything was here and how well planned out it was and how everything was set up. Everything was fully explained to us. The rules were set out very clearly and very seriously, because we knew that if there was one case, we would be shut down again and then we wouldn't know. We were so close to finishing and we just wanted to get done, right? So it was way more involved and intense than I ever could have imagined, but they did such an amazing job doing it.
Darling, darling, wash your hands, oh, wash your hands.
Because we need to get our hours in our preceptorship, in order to graduate. One of our alternative learning activities is to do some projects, which is sewing face masks and headbands. Our class made over 600 face masks and headbands, and I got lots of positive feedback from the frontliners, because 12 hours it's not easy to wear 12 hours of face masks at work.
I think the biggest challenge as a student was just not knowing what was coming next. Not knowing if I was going to be able to complete my required hours for my practicum. So we all came up with the idea to write a letter to the chair, just voicing our opinions about how we felt we had the proper training and how we felt we were ready to go out into the world like this and start working and being able to help especially. You could definitely tell that they wanted what was best for us. They wanted us to be protected, but I know they also wanted us to finish and go out there as nurses. I'm glad I got to finish my practicum the way I did, and I did end up finishing and graduating.
So other than meetings and phone calls and some baking, what I did mostly was sew. So I sewed 10 or 12 quilts, including the one that's behind me, hanging up here now in my office, and a lot of masks.
So I spent my summer in the self-isolation salon, basically coercing the good people of Kelowna to get their hair cut, all in aid of Okanagan College's health science campaign. Started off with my son and my husband. Both of them ended up terrible haircuts, terrible disaster, to be honest with you. And then I moved on to the good folk of the college. Managed to get Bill Gillett, Andrew Hay, Eric Corneau, Frithjof Petchalev, who am I forgetting? Oh, Ross Tyner. Ross was amazing. And then, Jim Hamilton stepped up and he said, Helen, I don't have a lot of hair, but, I'll pitch in $5,000. I said, okay, Jim, I'll take it. And I was really on a roll with this. And I admit, I think becoming a little bit addicted. And then Sharon Josephson suggested that, maybe we really needed to step it up a notch and get some serious kind of female revenge for all the kind of buzzing and cutting and waxing that we have to do. And that's when Phil Ashman lost, I think, 90% of his body hair in the waxing salon and ended up with a nice little pink bit on the top. Amazing sport. So thank you all to everyone that got involved. Now, I have since been in therapy and I think I'm cured of this terrible affliction. However, it has been suggested that I just do one more, just to make sure I've really got it out of my system. Yeah, let's go. Here we are, Ollie. I'm coming in.
Splatson put on a graduation for us. It was very nice of them to do that, to even think of us, to keep our spirits alive, basically, in the midst of a pandemic. We didn't think anything was going to happen. We thought it was nothing. And then we felt pretty, honored that they did that for us.
I never ever stopped learning from my garden, much like my students. A garden is a teacher and students are incredible teachers.
What do we do on our summer isolation? We had a baby girl. I didn't do any of the work. And she was a reminder that the world is still a happy and hopeful and beautiful place. And everything's gonna be okay. Right? Right.
One of the highlights of my summer of isolation and social distancing was standing atop a bluff just off of the KVR trail and being witness with my partner to our beautiful friends Ashley and Sean getting married.
What did I do during my summer isolation? I built a website. No, really, it was a team effort. And many, many people around the college spent much of their isolation helping to make this happen. So whether or not they're saying so in this video, I want to give a huge shout out to the IT team, public affairs, our beta partners, our super builders, all the departments that help with developing the content, and everyone else who was involved. And Oscar and I would like to thank everyone for being patient with all of our work from home fails.
So when the pandemic hit, I want to do more stuff with my children, take them on adventures everywhere, not just sit around this area. We need to go explore more. That's what I want to do with them and keep doing that.
So the first thing that I did was I packed up my family and we drove 3 hours north to Spectrum Lake. We were going to go backcountry camping. 7-kilometer hike in. The 4 and 5-year-old was pretty grueling, but we arrived. Who's the first person that I see there? One of my accounting colleagues, Brad Steinbart. Our friends had so much fun teasing us as he and I talked back and forth about how we were going to make debits and credits exciting in the new online fall environment.
We shouldn't be worried because we're history. Like future children, like future people, they will always remember this year. And we could always share this story to our grandchildren. Oh, this is what happened. And then this is what you need to do. And this is what we did. And we survived.
There are multiple ways to learn through online learning, and instructors are great at helping you through that and try to stay connected with students. It can be easier to study online, especially if you live apart. So that's a positive. And going into practicum, I'm not sure how that'll look for the future LPN students. but just know that everyone out there is really supportive and happy that new nurses are coming in, so not to be scared, and they'll be well protected and cared for out there.
I'd say thank you for getting us all the way to the end. And even in the midst of COVID. Yeah.
It's not just difficult for us students, but also for you, because it was a different experience, and then you supported us all the way. You were so helpful, and I was like, on behalf of our class, I would say thank you so much for all the support, and you're not letting us down. Like, you let us graduate and finish our school, and I think that was really important for us.